Oh yeah, this is party every time. Get you, and I'm losing. I get the suspicion. Even though I know that I love you, baby, and I really want to live this way. Suspicion. Let's smoke some reefer all night. Let's play this party game all night. Ding, ding, ding. Dong, dong, dong. That's my new lyrics for my new song. And I was inspired by it because of this goddamn bill that comes out all the time. I don't want my extender one today. Good girl, huh, honey? Hi, baby. Part of the reason I'm leaving early is to get this beautiful sunrise. I'm going to sing Donovan, Good Morning Sunrise to you. Oh, this is nice. It's coming up just like I dreamed it would. What happened to my seatbelt extender? I know it was on here last night. Bought another camera last night. I'm covered for the summer. I'm going to do a lot of macro photography too. Bugs, birds, bees. I came so close to getting another beehive, but I really don't have a good place to put it. And I don't like the idea of doing it to begin with that way. So I want to just spread your tiny wings and fly away by Anne Murray. I saw Anne Murray on a Gordon Lightfoot documentary I watched last night before I went to bed. Boy, Gordon Lightfoot seems like a good guy. What a charm life. I would have just liked to have hung around with him for 1 week. All those cute Canadian girls all over. I would have done it in lieu of a paycheck. Would have been just so great when you were young to be a singing star in Canada. I think that's better than winning the Powerball. I was going to go see him in Windsor one time. Good morning. I was going to go see him in Windsor one time, but he got a drunk driving ticket. They canceled the concert. How you feeling, Mary? How you doing? Going over to get Tawas in the morning. Got a pair of waders. I'm going to get in there, get some good photos underneath. Hi, baby. Hi, honey. Bird migration is in full swing. I saw a huge owl flying yesterday. Not exactly sure which kind. I'll tell you one thing, I never really spent the time to bird watch. You know, I like birds and I read a lot about them. But if you just sit down there by Tawas, just sit still in your car and just watch, you would not believe the birds just trucking on by. Oh yeah, no, I believe it. That sucks. Beautiful day today. Supposed to get to 52 or something. Every day in Tawas is a beautiful day, if you ask me. But today will be good. I'm going to do some infrared photography. I got waders, and I'm going to go out and get some video underneath those ice floes. That wind from the south really took out a lot of that ice, and today's a light northwest wind. Now it's calm right now, which is another reason why I got up earlier, because the northwest wind will push that stuff out to the southeast. Yesterday it was pushed up against the bay. If it wouldn't have been for that wind yesterday, I think all that ice would have been gone. There's some that hasn't broken up yet. This guy's got a Dean Arbor Jeep. Must be from here. Well, I hope you feel better, Mary. That sucks. You want me to ask Ted about it? What he would do? What he would prescribe or whatever? I'm going over there tonight for dinner. Oh, do you have one of those scooters? Yeah, I'm sure those are not such a bad idea once you really need one. Put your GoPro on it. What is this person getting? Fucking sandwiches. Yeah, time, you're right. You got time on your side. You going back to work a little bit? Yeah, very slowly. It's also the most painful, yeah. Good morning, how are you, Seagate? I just don't know how one person in a Jeep would take this long. Oh, okay. It pisses me off. I should have got an egg. I'd like to get an Egg McMuffin today, but I don't want to waste the time getting it. Went down to the casino last night. Believe it or not, I know two people that have figured out the combinations on slot machines. Yeah, well, normally it's not this long, but this is nuts right now. I feel like ramming this guy because I got someplace I want to be. I'll drive him into next week with my Toyota. Fucking motherfucker. This is the ex-undersheriff's wife working right now. What a sweetheart. Her mother's nice, and so are the two daughters. Just great personalities. I asked her I'm going to drive it. Keep it and drive it. Actually, I'd still like to get that lifter fixed. I drove it the other day. I got a right rear tail light socket that's giving me trouble, so I ordered the new part. Actually, it came in Thursday, and I'm going to put it in today, maybe, if I get back in time. Plan is to drive that baby. Yeah. It could be short on help today, too. I haven't been going on doing chats and stuff too much. I haven't felt like it too much. And I've been messing around with my cameras a lot. I'm going to drive that baby. But I think I'm going to... I mean, it's not what it was. What is, right? So as long as I keep it within 200 miles, I can always get towed home. That's tips. But I usually just give it to them. Yeah, it's for tips. Oh, she just gave him a quarter. Wow. You're going to heaven. Ever since this pandemic, I'm a big tipper now. Because I know people I just give them a bonus for showing up to work. Because you don't have to anymore, and you can still get a check sent to you. It's nuts. Mary, I bought another camera last night.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
You
Hey.
got skim, right?
Yeah, hot as you can make it.
Okay.
Real burner. Tell that people they took too long.
I was by myself. Gary just got here.
Oh, okay. I figured it might have been that.
Yeah. And on this side, I had a big order, so.
Oh, okay. Did somebody not show up?
What was that?
Did somebody not show up?
No, they just weren't scheduled till 9.
Oh, okay. Here you go. Keep
Thank
change.
you.
Yep.
Thanks.
Yep. This lady is so nice. I got a buddy of mine's wife, Patty. She's got a girlfriend like this too. Just the nicest person. Good, solid person. Great mother. Great wife. We had a few drinks the other night. Her husband's a retired surgeon. We talked for about 3 hours. I wanted to get some questions answered about surgery and messing up, and not recognizing things, and opening people up again after they're bleeding. What's so amazing to me is you just open people up. It's just like head and hands and eyes on the same place as everybody. He said it's no big deal. Sometimes there's a little variation, but it's right where you
Daisy?
No, she's on a diet.
She's on a diet?
Yeah, I think she's got to get a surgery too.
Oh, no.
Yeah, some kind of urinary stones. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep. My daughter's dog. I'm kind of worried. She said that she's been having some issues like
Peeing.
blood in her urine.
Yeah, yep.
She's got to take her in Monday, so hopefully.
Yeah, they'll put her on pills for 2 weeks and hope it gets better.
Well, I don't know how she can really afford to get a dog when she's in college, but.
Yeah, $600, not bad. I know, but you know, honestly, I was surprised when he didn't say $6,000.
Right, that's true.
You know, in this day and age.
Right. And I mean, her dog's only a year old, so I don't know.
They say it's a problem with little dogs.
Oh, she's got a German Shepherd Husky.
Well, I guess the problem with big dogs too.
Maybe. Have a great day.
All right, you too.
Thanks.
She is so nice. I mean, legit nice too. She's actually the secretary of the prosecutor. I knew her quite a while ago, but I don't talk to the prosecutor anymore. But I always thought she was being nice to me because she knew I knew her boss. But she's just a sweetheart person. Quality. Now, right now, even though, hey, the Powerball, I don't know if anybody won that last night or not. And the Mega in the Fantasy 5 was up there pretty good. What? What? It's hard to see this screen, so I'm not ignoring it. Daisy's right along. I think Daisy's getting better. Instead of peeing 20 times, she only peed 10. The bird migration is so great right now. Just love watching these birds. Spread your tiny wings and fly away. Where's Anne Murray? She's got to be, what, 80? Another class act. Those are the kind of people I want to associate myself with. Nice, quality people. If you're not one of those, hit the road. It's going to be a beautiful day today in Tawas. You never know what to expect with what's ice there. I'll tell you one thing though, there's a couple spots there you would not want to fall in. No way. I mean, you don't want to fall in any day, but it'd be tits up, lights out. I think I would do a different job of warning people where the deep water is. I mean, you've got like 8 poles stuck in the ground, steep drop-offs, and you can see out another 75 feet, and you could be up to your knees. I think it just undermines the seriousness of it. Well, what's that got to do with migrating birds? Nothing. I saw an owl, I saw some ducks. They're way out, though I couldn't tell what type. I think they were pintails. Green-winged teals. And also I saw a bunch of tundra swans. The distances these birds cover is crazy. It's people, something trying to kill them the whole way. I'll tell you, make it to this age, which I never thought I'd do, a lot of people start dying. Every time I turn around, somebody kicking off. went to this junior college for a while. Man, was that a great experience. Such a great guys. One of the English professors, really good guy. He like a Pee Wee Herman kind of guy, right? Anyway, they used to have an adult bookstore in Ann Arbor named the Fifth Wheel, and that college was in Monroe, about 40 miles away. And they had this adult bookstore. They'd have these famous people come in, straight, gay, whatever, sign autographs, whatever. I was up there one day and they had some gay movie star from someplace in, and he was signing autographs. Get your picture taken with him. I didn't give a shit. But anyway, I ran into my English professor there. He was getting his picture signed by this porn star. And he saw me and he came over and we got talking. I liked him. I got along good with him. And he asked me if I was going to mention that to anybody. I said, what grade am I going to get in English? My high school art teacher got arrested for trying to grab an undercover sheriff's cock in a bathroom. He was a prick. He knew I didn't like him and he didn't like me. Paul Ator. A-T-O-R. I remember he drove around to Saab. He was on Hollywood Squares. You get fired for that now, but it didn't affect his job. Paul Ator. I'm sure he died. I had to look him. I'm sure he died. He'd be too old now. These are the kinds of things I think about on my way to Tawas. I got a book, of course I got a lot of books, but this one's about the Appalachian people. And what happened after the coal business pulled out. Drug addiction, that kind of thing. Part of the reason I like going over here is this drive. Beautiful. You know, a guy got killed right here. I had a good friend of mine die 11 years this month. That is on my mind a lot. Just think about him all the time. That's the first person in my life I ever missed. I mean, really missed. I remember hearing he had a terminal diagnosis, and I thought, what am I going to do without this guy? As a friend, life is going to be so much different. And then things got worse, and he didn't want to go into an assisted living care facility, so he moved in with his brother. His brother was always very nice to me, but it just got awkward. And eventually he slipped into a coma, and I'm not one of those guys that is going to be by your bedside if you don't know that I'm there. It's just a waste of time. He wasn't going to get any better. It was just bad to see. Right then I started making preparations to get out of Illinois. because it was just going to be too different. We get lunch like at least once a week the whole time I was in Chicago. Do fun stuff. As you know, he was a priest, and I'm not a religious guy, but didn't have anything to do with it. I go to a church thing here and there, but not too much. It's a first class, great experience. I do miss that guy. And if I thought it meant anything, I'd drive right down to his gravesite tomorrow and put the flowers on it. I think that's a waste of time too. I gotta quit talking about that. It's starting to get me depressed. That's how things slip into your mind, though. Just be driving down the road like this, thinking about Daisy getting the surgery. I'm gonna get divorced. I'd be fine getting divorced, I really would. I just talked to her yesterday. We were actually really good friends before we started banging. I wish I'd have kept it that way. I wasn't really into her that way, to be honest with you. Just kind of got out of hand. I don't regret it, but look at this wind coming out of the north today. I'm surprised it's going to be this warm with this wind coming out of the north. 52, they said. Northwest. Well, actually, look at this a little better. Actually, straight west, so it makes sense. Earth spinning around. Heat transfer is the biggest factor. Heat transfer, warming and cooling. There's a church. You know, a church is nothing until the people show up. It's talked about by Jesus in Acts. It's just a building. And you can't stay home and pray and watch it on TV in lieu of church. There's no fellowship and witnessing. It's not the same. American farmer. I bet they can identify with the Native Americans. They've been fucked left and right just as they have. They realize that there's, you know, whether you like it or not, the smartest people are running the world. They manipulate things to their own agenda. But the farmers are kind of in the same boat the Native Americans are. Not a lot of money. They get you in a position where you can't get out. There's no upward mobility. With a farmer, it's in debt. They keep you there with low interest, no interest loans, subsidies, sell your milk for nothing. You took that same business platform and you instituted it in traditional capitalism, like automobile manufacturing, they'd all be out of business by now. But yet they'll do it with farmers all the time, with grain prices, milk. They got them right by the balls, in debt, unskilled, and in their 50s. I'm all for subsidized prices. If it wasn't for that, milk would be $13 a gallon. But I think farmers should get more pay. I mean, they ought to be considered like the elderly are in Japan. I had a little problem with that GoPro yesterday. That's why I uploaded that second group of videos. That damn thing, it's supposed to be locked. So when you're recording, once that recorder starts, that's it. But what happens, I have it on that pole, and I'll lean the pole up against something that will spin around because it's heavier on one side, and that's when it does that. And you don't notice it until it's too late, because on the monitor, when I last checked, everything was fine. Then it's that sideways, so I had to correct those 4 videos and make them upright. But I see the one of them had that black like mask on it. I couldn't even do that again if you asked me to. Couldn't do it. It's gonna be a beautiful day today. Happy doodle doo. That's why I got up so nicely. It's not that early. For me it is. If there was a benefit to it, I'd get up earlier, but you still freeze your ass off over here today. It's only 36. That's with the sun out. Yeah, almost got some bees. Mary, where you live would be a perfect place to have bees. Not your house, it's too dark there. But on that area up there in Leelanau County, I mean, just as the grapes, it'd be perfect for bees. I ran into some guys that had a huge bee operation up around. And here it's time for the package bees coming in, and I'm not getting any. I'm not putting them in a regular hive anymore. I'm not doing it. I can't wait to get this new camera. Be a good time. Anybody wants any photography, like a summer party or a birthday or a graduation, let me know. I'll do it for you. Free too. I'll tell you right now, the kind of photography I like to do is just unplanned, just me rolling around with the camera. I just don't think I could handle wedding and posing. It's just not my bag. You know, I got that Prime, that Amazon Prime. It's worth it, you know, for all the stuff I do. But anyway, what a bunch of shitty documentaries on there. I mean, kids in high school could do a better job. They're just bad. Even that Gordon Lightfoot was like so boring. I watched one on a bug heist, super boring. It just seemed the narration by these young filmmakers is super boring. Oh, 2-bit raccoon's dead. Well, the creeks and streams and rivers are pretty much broken up. You know who should be over here today? Debbie and Dave. They love Tawas. I got a pair of waders. I want to try and get some good, better shots today. You never hear from me again, it's because my waders filled up with water and it sunk me. This van gets such better gas mileage. 24, 25 all the time. I get like 17, 18, except around town in the Astro. Man, there's some plastic flying out of the bed of that pickup truck. Girl today? Huh? You good girl? Yeah, you good baby. Good. birds are eating the seed I put out for them. I'm gonna get some wild rice today. I saw a bald eagle yesterday. Anybody win that Fantasy 5 last night? It's getting up there. I bought in 5 Powerballs a girl mistakenly printed. I'm always thinking that's my sign of luck. Now here's a $50,000 question. I can't see that screen that good, by the way. There's an eagle right there. And that is that if you won $200 million, would you give the clerk a bonus that sold it to you? Would you consider that was part of the fate that led you to the win? Would you give her $20 or would you give her a nice good chunk of cash? I think I'd give her $1 million, to be honest with you. Because it was her touch that hit that button. In that millisecond, that random number printed your ticket. You could have got that ticket a million other places. It's when it's touched, a millisecond. It's not where it's at. Those are just printers. And I'd have to say that I would include her in the winnings. I sure would. I took some infrared photography last week. It was a super bright sunny day. You know, I overexposed them all. You can't see in that monitor for shit. So you're constantly guessing. And I've never been in bright water and white ice with the sun right above me like that. I just overexposed them all. Not one of them. I didn't upload one of them. It was $1 million view. Be pumping gas. Where did I put my damn? I can't put my camera too far over today. Pretty good about that. Looking at monkey. What's monkey looking at? Looking at sleeping girl. Daisy sits in this side seat and stares at me going down the road. She's doing it for like hours. I really don't want to get surgery on her. Lady though that I just got my coffee from, if I could meet somebody like that, I would date. I really would. She's so nice. It's pleasant to be around. You know, I got on Bimbo Barbarella's thing last night, but I was on my way to the casino, and I don't know if they saw me get on her. I said hello. Seemed like they were having some kind of technical difficulties. I gotta be able to get the $1 million view. Roadside Park. Blowjob Central. That damn park is never open. If I gave a shit about it, I would write a letter to the state. I think they're lazy over at this park in some aspects. A bunch of stuff should be done. It's not done. And bridges need some repair. Some old signs that have been, they're floating in water. Well, they're not now because the lake's really low. I mean, they're no good anymore. Either the water's too high there or too low. It just looks trashy. I'm usually pretty careful about putting my camera. I washed my gloves yesterday. I bought a rain suit, cheap rain suit, $20. $10 gloves. Because I wasn't going to do anything at Tawas yesterday. I thought I better get some photos of this ice, or we might not be here tomorrow. I'll be curious what it looks like today. Because you never know over here, and that's what I love about it. It's my favorite park in the whole country. Yellowstone included. Glacier. There's no way you get this bang for your buck in one small 340 acre area with the change you have. It's constantly changing. Not sure what owl that was I saw yesterday. You know, owls, they have a distinct way of flapping their wings. They're not very good flyers. And it's the big owl, whatever that one is. Barn owl is big. He was heading north. I get all my skin cancer taken off. Either I burn it off myself, had it dug out, or frozen off. I got a buddy of mine getting a biopsy tomorrow. I'll tell you, man, being a doctor now sucks. You know, my buddy was a year older than me. There's weeks he works 115 hours. His partner just resigned to go to another area. I mean, they both work for the hospital, but, you know, they cover each other, that kind of deal. And after working those kind of hours sometimes, the notion that you're going to have to bring somebody up to speed to what this guy knows and does is daunting. I'll tell you, it was really fun talking to that retired surgeon. He told me medical school wasn't that hard. He thought undergrad was a real bitch. He was from Grosse Pointe North. Now, I always heard he was hard to get along with. I had met him one time about 10 years ago briefly, but I thought he was a great guy. We had a good time talking. He had a daughter that went from little old West Ranch, ended up being a top graduate in her law school class and wrote for the Yale Review, Law Review. Ended up killing herself in a hotel in Chicago. We talked about that for a while. You know, I make no bones about my mental health struggles. I'm lucky enough to be at the age where I have the luxury of it not hurting me because I'm not applying for a job. I'm not trying to impress anybody. I'm not running for office. And you would be surprised to the people that get a hold of me that want to talk about this, either for themselves or from someone they know. Like I told him, man, he started to tear up. I told him, hey, I'll tell you this, there's nothing you were going to do about it. And it's not your fault. We're not talking about the blues here. We're not talking about, you know, losing a job. We're talking about big time, heavy duty, chronic acute depression. And like it or not, there are circumstances that present themselves that are not going to have a happy ending. And it isn't anybody's fault. It's gene expression. And I'll bet you money, if you went back in the family tree on both sides, that this behavior would have exhibited itself someplace else along the way. Not always, but I'd give you 2-to-1 odds it did. They just don't know. It was, 7 generations ago. I say just keep on trucking. Like I'm taking this at Vilify now. If I wasn't taking this at Vilify, there's a better chance than not I'd not be able to get out of bed. Just be laying in bed, don't do shit. Now I will admit to this. Like everybody, right? Whether you're a drinker, a pot smoker, or you're taking a prescription, I find myself doing the same thing. I don't want to, let's say, well, do you take antidepressants? I do. And, but not very much. It's almost like you're trying to explain to people that you're crazy or you have a problem, but not much. Just enough to take the edge off. And I kind of got to laugh at myself. It just so happens with this particular medication I don't take much, but I don't think it's related to whether I'm crazy or not. But I will tell you this. It does put me in a slight manic stage. It does. I've been on a camera buying spree and I completely blame it on Abilify. I mean, you won't believe the money I've been spending on cameras. But I'm okay with it. It's not like I'm buying meat cleavers. And that is a side effect of this drug, for sure. I get obsessive about stuff. Yeah, here I am going over to photograph icebergs again. Now you can say, well, there's nothing wrong with that. No, I know, but every day of the week, all day long. I mean, it's not affecting anybody, right? But all I'm saying is, I want to make sure I think my camera's a little too over to the side to grab. All I'm saying is, I do this with a lot of things. It's just my personality, man. I mean, it's getting to the end of the road now, so I really doubt that I'm going to be changing a lot. It's probably getting worse, if anything. Yeah, I could have never reached this. Oh, yeah. Man, And my exercise regime is starting to get to be putting my shoes on in the morning. What happened to my seatbelt extender either? I'm getting all the things. Oh, here it is laying down here. Getting all the things old people get. Seatbelt extender. My exercise regime is putting my shoes on in the morning. Coming up to the $1 million view. Now that ice is about half gone. It's fun baby photographing those baby chickens. God, those things are cute. So, you know, it's not the same, but it's the same, you know, thought pattern. You know, the stuff that like chips away at you, makes you anxiety ridden or temperamental or explosive, whatever. It's behavior. But you get thinking about those chickens. Here I am having a good time. I'm wanting to do that for a long time. Take pictures of them, stuff like that. And here I eat chicken, and I would have never ate those. This is the same things you think about a lot of things. There's nothing against the law eating chicken, it's legal, but when you get them like that and you're messing around, they're just so innocent and chirping around, and cute. Then you think, as this gets older, I'm going to be eating it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I do it, but it's, you know, it's one of those deals, you know what I mean? Yeah, just as soon not think about. That doesn't get you anywhere either, not thinking about it, because I do think about it. I'm thinking about it right now. Here's the $1 million view. There's not a better stoplight in the world. Looking at a great lake on a great day. Oh yeah, look at this. I mean, this is so crazy beautiful. Will you look at this great lake? I mean, what more do you want? This is seriously the $1 million view. You see this whether you're at a fast food, you're at the Walmart getting gas. You're pumping gas looking at this. This is nuts. Should be the world's most famous stoplight. Seriously. If they had it on a magazine, the world's most famous stoplight, this would have to be in the running. I mean, I'm sure there's lots of nice places, but this is a great lake that I'm 25 feet from as I wait to turn left. You know how crazy that is? I mean, crazy, beautiful, and fortunate. Look at this property too. Little real estate store, party store, gas station. Oh, the ice is looking good today. And I don't think it got to 32. Well, it did get to 32 over here. Look at this beautiful ice. So great. I cannot wait. This is going to be a good day today. I can tell already. I'm so lucky to be able to come over here and look at this. New Taco Bell open for breakfast. Taco shells for your base. Here's a big bird just flew across the street. What was that? Better watch where he's going. Spring is here. People ask me, it's 35 miles here from my house. Not bad. I'm getting good gas mileage too. I'm gonna get this thing tuned up. I'm debating whether or not to head out west much shit I haven't done. Just take my time. Believe it or not, I'm a little sad winter's over. I don't really like summer that much, crazy as it seems. Too many people. It's been too hot. These damn long days. Sunlight at 10:30 at night. It's nuts. Yep, it's gonna be a nice day today. I really want to check this out and take my time. Been taking my time more. My photography is going to be getting a lot better too, by the way. You watch and see. I just pissed away the winter without learning some new Adobe. I think it's like some people with house cleaning. You just hate it so much. Nothing's going to make you do it. Big boy. There's not that many of those left. Wild rice. I almost ordered a one-man bird observation tent last night, but the chairs look too uncomfortable. Speaking of that, if you buy a kayak, the money's in the seat. You could actually bring your kayak out here today. You could have brought it out here today, but you tip over and it's tits up. You better hope somebody sees you, or you can stand up. No way, I'm taking that chance. And yesterday, just for the hell of it, I got on one of these ice things. It was bottomed out almost. The ice about 8 or 10 inches thick, these big chunks. But anyway, I stood on it. It was kind of cool. But these things, some of these ice chunks, I'll bet you they weigh. I'm not shitting you. I mean, it looks like it's all, you're in, fantasy land on these big, beautiful white chunks of ice. But I'm telling you, if you got in there like today, and you got your ankle between one just floating around, I think you'd smash it to shreds. I tried pushing some of them, just to move them an inch. They didn't even budge, and they were just floating. So if the wind cropped up and a bunch of them were banging together and you got caught in between them, it would bust you up pretty good. I gotta go through the settings on these cameras just to see if I'm missing something. You'd think there'd be a lot more birds in between here and the water, but there's not. I hardly ever see birds through here. Weird, isn't it? This is where dreams are shattered, right here. Boats that are dry docked that haven't been in the water in 20 years. Look at this beautiful sky today, too. Here on Gilligan's Island. Oh, I just missed a black squirrel. Thank God. Hey, Daisy girl. Tawas Bay Yacht Club. Tawas Bay Yacht Club. Now they say they have a Coast Guard thing here, but I never see a Coast Guard boat, helicopter, nothing. Daisy just stood up, recognizes these bumps. Daisy just stood up, recognizes these bumps. Well, here he wants to. Let's see. Oh, the birds are noisy. Come on, hun. Now open your eyes here. See if this ice has gotten blown out to the sea or it's along the shore. Because in theory, most of it should be on its way out of here. And sure enough, it is. Got blown out. There's still some. It actually froze up again last night. Not too bad, because it barely got freezing. At least you can get back here. This might be too high. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do that. Not in this car. See, the Astro van, no problem. But this, I don't think so. Beautiful day, though, I'll tell you that. I'm going to get to business. You know, I will take you down there and show it to you, though. Because it's a little too high for the Astro van. Unless you guys want to do a GoFundMe for an oil pan. Let me take my little pissing machine with me. I'll give you a bird's eye view. Debbie and Dave, where are you? I know you're out here somewhere. Ready to do pee-pee, honey? Huh? Pee-pee all over Tawas? Huh? You gonna pee-pee all over Tawas? I'm gonna give you a bird's eye view. Oh, what a beautiful day. Rock-a-doodle-doo. Hey, birdie. See, this is what I mean. They could scoop this out with their snowplow, and they just haven't done it. There's nothing to do over here in the winter. They probably could have made it over this one. Looks like they might have placed parking blocks here. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they placed parking blocks here. Come on. Look at this with metal studs coming out of the middle. See him? Come on. Daisy, come over here. Daisy. I want to show you this. Beautiful. Yeah, I've never seen anything Coast Guard though. No boat, no helicopter, nothing. Whether it's just an administrative office. Daisy, come here, hon. Come on, honey. Hey, let's go here. Come on, hon. Hey, Daisy. Daisy. She's got to go pee-pee. I want to show you this ice. I'm going to try on my these guys putting these parking blocks here. No markings, nothing. It kind of pisses me off. It's pretty okay most of the time. But putting parking blocks here and no signs or anything, it's just not cool. Come on, hon. Good girl. Now I want to show you this. See, this is all flattened out. You're not going to see any of this good ice this year. And the water's very low. See all these signs stuck in the ground? Steep drop off, and all you see is land. It's just like a vacant. I bet you that's Debbie and Dave on that corner, on that point down there. I know they were coming up here. Come on, hon. My good girl. Look how beautiful this is today. Can you guys see this good? Yeah, it is right where my arm, but I've never seen anybody. I mean, they must not have boats at it. There's not even anywhere to pull a boat in back there. Come on. Atta girl. Yeah, a lot of this ice blew out. Yeah, you don't want a northwest wind today. See it all right here? This beautiful sunshine. You know, that's what you usually get, a lot of that cool looking ice, but that's just not happening this year. So ridiculously gorgeous here. But look how low it is. So, actually, the good ice is down at the other end today, which is normally never happens. Come on. Well, it makes sense why they didn't plow this now, and that's because they don't want you back here. Why don't you just put a sign up? They got parking blocks covered with sand, and you can drive back here all year long. No signs, nothing. John the seagull, come on. Another thing that's not so great is this: the ice is all stained with sand. It's been windy, it's been cold, so it's not like it melted. What you're looking for usually is that big blue chunks of gorgeous ice, but this is all kind of dirty looking. Just not a good year for it. It looks like they piled this sand here on purpose, maybe. There's one parking block. Come on. Actually, I think they piled this sand here with the front end loader, because that big pile of sand, huge pile, is gone, and I think that was their way of trying to stop this erosion. Yeah, I know it, man. It's just stupid. And you hate to be critical. I like coming here. I don't need any enemies. But you've got all these. Come on. Good girl. Wow. But here you've got all these signs right here. Good girl, hon. See all these signs? Steep drop-offs, and they're all 25 feet from any water. I think it just undermines the danger. Now you see where that water is right there? That drops right the hell off to 15 feet. No problem there. This is going to be a problem this summer, because that water line right there, you step out 3 feet, 1 foot in a couple areas, you're right off into 15. There's no gradual getting into the water like you see here. That's where I drilled those holes, and you could see all that wood and stuff laying at the bottom. I'll tell you what sucks is this battery doesn't charge in this car when it's not running. Good girl, hon. Well, you guys, I think I'm going to sign off here. I'm going to go move down, I'll drive down a little further. Go on, hon. Good girl, honey. Good job. Great job. Good job. Good girl. Wow. Show you the lighthouse a little better. This is a decommissioned lighthouse. I'll tell you what the state's done too. Now, it's not that big a deal, but these lighthouses are bullshit. They've realized there's some tourist money in it, so they fix them up. And to me, a lighthouse isn't the same if it's not working. Like this one. This was decommissioned 2 years ago. Basically, you got a couple kids up there with 2 wires in their hands, blinking the light on once a year at Christmas. Other than that, it's just a building. It's not used for navigation any longer. They've actually moved a small light at the weather station at the east end of the point, southwest end of the point. Yeah, I don't think they've done that great of a job, but I hate to say that because, they do a good job in a lot of ways. Now I'll bet you one of these cars is Debbie and Dave. I know they're up here. This guy's better not have a metal detector. He's not supposed to be doing that here. I'll turn him in. Nothing like a bunch of holes dug. Now, see this guy? That's deep right there. Looks like just sand-covered pond. Not really. It'd be tits up. Be planning a funeral right there. It's 20 feet deep in there. Well, you guys, I'm going to sign off. Hey, John. So you guys have a good day today. Debbie and Dave, you up here? Say hello. We'll party. I'll be on later. Have a good day, you guys. Go on, hon.